What's up, everybody? Rubit's2 here, and before I get into the video, I just want to say, in case you want to check out a Twitch stream, check out Rubit's2, twitch.tv/Rubit's2, that's me. I play a lot of games, like 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard. In case you're interested, come swing by if you're interested, so whatever. If you don't, that's whatever. So, this is going to be a new video series I'm going to start up. I am taking a break from meta-analysis, class analysis, just because people are calling me out on false claims, saying I'm wrong. Which I might be. I feel like I do enough research. I think I know enough about the game to make certain claims, make certain facts, tell certain facts. But I'd rather not do that if it's going to give me a bad rep. So, this new video series, which has yet to receive a catchy name, is going to be about possible nerfs to overplayed cards or possible buffs to underplayed cards. Now, the cool thing about Hearthstone is it's an online CCG. If there want to be balance changes, there can be. You don't need to print a whole other set to introduce a card that's better than, say, Magma Rager, which they did. They made Ice Rager, and they made it a 5/2 instead of a 5/1. And people can give off their bullshit facts about how that might not even be a buff because of certain blah blah blah. I don't know. They can say whatever they want. Evil Heckler and Booty Bay Bodyguard, but Booty Bay Bodyguard is good with Joust. It's one more mana, in case you want to do it. No, I think that's all bullshit. Although people like Ben Bird have said that, hey, there needs to be cards in the game that just aren't good, and there need to be cards in the game that are good. And I kind of think that's bullshit as well, although he does make good points. I think they can definitely buff cards. They say they're really never going to buff cards. They're more just going to nerf them. I think cards can get buffed to see whether it be competitive play or even an arena play. This is what this video is going to be about, competitive and arena. I'm not a big arena knowledge giver. I don't really know the tier list off the top of my head. I just sort of play the decks I get in the draft. I think I do well with drafting, and now I end up going like 7-3. So one of those cards I want to talk about today is Stormforged Axe. So why does Stormforged Axe need to get buffed? This might have actually been something that needed to happen before Aggro Shaman came up. I thought of two different ideas for Stormforged Axe, and I think they might be too good in Aggro Shaman. If you guys agree or disagree, leave a comment down below. I'm not 100% sure. So Stormforged Axe, for those of you who don't know, is a 2-mana weapon for Shaman. 2 attack, 3 durability with Overload 1, which means if you play it on turn 2, turn 3 you only have 2 mana to work with because you're overloaded that crystal for next turn. So why is this card bad? Let's talk about Arena first, and then ladder play, I guess. Ladder and Arena play are the same thing for why this card has been played. In Arena, people are more inclined to pick 2 mana 2/3s over 2 mana 3/2s. And that's because if you play a turn 1 creature, a 2 mana 2/3 is more likely to survive versus this 1 mana creature than a 2 mana 3/2. In case you play like, what's the Grease card? The Shadow Bomber, which is a 2/1. So if I play Bloodfen Raptor, they can just trade into it, so it's not worth it. I'd much rather play River Crocodilus, which is a 2/3. That trades with it, and then it can also be used as a trading creature for the next monster creature they play. So that's why 2/3s are better. Now, Stormforged Axe is not good versus these 2/3s. It's more good against 3/2s. But since people don't play 3/2s that often, they might play it like 30% of the time. They might draft them 30% of the time because there's nothing else to draft. Stormforged Axe just isn't good. You're never going to use all 3 charges, or if you do, it's going to be very late into the game. Plus, you have that overload mana cost, which kind of screws you over for the next turn. You can compare this card to Fiery War Axe for Warrior, and how much better Fiery War Axe is for Warrior than if Warrior had Stormforged Axe, it wouldn't be good. Which is why no one plays First Blade. I know there's that downside to First Blade, but whatever. People are trying to make Aggro Warrior work. So Stormforged Axe just isn't good. In competitive play, you're never going to play as an Aggro Shaman because you have Doom Hammer. You're going to play as an Aggro Shaman because you have Tome Golem on turn 2. And you're never going to play in competitive Shaman because by the time you use up all charges, you will have already had Doomhammer on the field. So you might only use 2 charges of it, so you waste efficiency. You could better off be playing another creature, like a Leper Gnome or a Crackle or whatever you would take out for this weapon. So I made 2 different variations of Stormforged Axe, which might be really good, which might be really bad, which might be balanced. So leave comments below, whatever you guys think. So instead of this card, which you guys can see right here, the original Stormforged Axe, I was thinking the new Stormforged Axe. It's a 2-mana 2/3, same thing, with Overload 1, but it has a secondary effect, which is deals 3 damage to minions instead. This is to kind of get it out. Like, you're still never going to play an aggro shaman because you're still only dealing 6 damage for 2 mana, and it's just not good. However, you can play an aggro shaman or you can play in shaman in arena, or if you're playing like a mid-range shaman, where you're going to deal 3 damage to each minion that you attack, so you can trade efficiently with this weapon and use up all charges. So that was what I was thinking. I actually think this variant of the card is better than the next one, which makes it more prone to. My second one is a very good in aggro shaman because it deals 9 damage instead of 6. So tell me what you guys think about this one. This is the first version that I could get buffed to, and then there's this one, Stormforged Axe number 2, which is Overload 1, or a 2-mana 3/3, which I think is really bad, but making it a 2-mana 3/2 just makes it Fiery War Axe with an Overload cost. So it's a 2-mana 3/3 with Overload 1 when you play it, and then Death Rattle Overload 2. The reason why Shaman isn't good, or just isn't played as often, is people need to play around that Overload cost, right? So you play this on turn 2, turn 2 you attack, turn 3 you attack, and then turn 4 you attack, you mess up your turn 5 play. You only have 3 mana to work with. Or if you save it, you won't be able to fire, or you can't do Hammer on turn 5. Or if you save it and you attack on turn 5, you can't fire them until turn 6. So that's what I was thinking. These videos are meant to be very short. This first one's going to be rather long just because I was trying to explain what the video was about. If you guys have any cool names I can name this video, I'm thinking of 2-word catchphrases or whatever, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys. Rutwatu out. I'll give you a hint on the next card I'm working with. It is a Hunter 2-mana card. If you want to guess it in the description, go for it. Or in the comments. See you guys. Rutwatu out.